What's the main concept for this character that we're looking at?
So the main concept I was thinking of, are you familiar with the Star Wars Old Republic era?
Yes.
Okay, Darth Bane, essentially. Just kind of a generic fighter who then later becomes a Force user.
Okay. Just writing down keywords here.
Yeah.
Just watching a video about that today, actually.
Yeah, he's a great character, and
Finding
I
out.
love the Old Republic setting.
Darth Bane. Okay. But as a D&D character.
hmm I mean, backstory wise, it's pretty easy to translate into D&D because grew up on a mining world, just grew up on a village or a city built around a mine, and then he was noticed by imperial. Give me a second. Imperial recruiters, and then joined the imperial military. So pretty standard, like fighter raised in a
The
village, became
average
a
human
fighter.
experience in
Yeah, pretty
Star
much.
Wars, yeah. Just your average guy. Well, he's also
hmm
bald, you know.
Yep.
Darth Bane was a legendary human male Dark Lord of the Sith title, and the sole survivor of the destruction of Brotherhood of Darkness at the hands of Jedi Order. Blah blah blah. Blah. Okay. So, does what is it that makes this character not Darth Bane? What are we adding to Darth Bane, or what are we taking out of Darth? Of course,
I
it's
guess
going to
what you could take.
be a medieval setting.
Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, taking the sci-fi out of Bane's setting, translating it to fantasy is kind of the main goal here. So obviously, no lightsabers, no force. You could swing it to be Eldritch Knight, but you don't
True.
have to. He'd just fine as a basic fighter.
Okay.
He'd be like a battle
Hmm.
master or a champion.
Yeah. So, thinking of, you know, character creation choice wise, of course, there is going to be human race, human. Um, Human male, I guess.
Yep.
The background, would that be a minor or a
Let's.
soldier? Which one would it be?
I guess it depends on. That's a good question. Because
What?
obviously, the
Yeah.
majority of the story starts with him as a soldier. So I guess that's kind of the major focus of the character, him being a soldier and then becoming a Sith neophyte.
Okay.
So yeah, soldier works.
Soldier. Hmm. um. What would his stats look like? Mm,
Probably basic fighter spread. Um, I don't want to meta game too much, but if you plan on, if we're sticking with just like basic fighter, like a battle master or a champion, probably just HP, strength, enough dex to get decent initiative.
yeah. But this is not a standard character. He could be, you know. I think his stats would be generally above the average. But that's me thinking of him as Darth Bane. So forget that.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, by level 20, he will essentially beat Darth Bane anyway. Level 20 characters are just insane.
Standard array. I haven't used that standard array in so long. I roll for everything. Something like that, maybe. Where are we putting that 8?
That's a tough one.
Because he was a miner and a soldier. It's not gonna be charisma.
Probably not. I mean, there could be an argument for him being fairly charismatic, but that's definitely not his focus.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, that works.
As a level 1 soldier fighter. Class. Fighter. Weapon of choice?
To start, I'd say it depends. Either like a gun or probably a crossbow.
I mean, in 5.5 edition, every fighter starts with a flail. You get no other choices.
Alright.
But yeah, a crossbow is okay, yeah.
Now, what do they start with?
They all start with flails.
Oh, he does have a great sword.
Okay, we're ending that. And a heavy crossbow, I guess? Or is it a hand crossbow or a light crossbow? What is it? Is it a... Well... Would it be a D10 damage die, a D8 damage die, or a D6?
I'm trying to remember. He uses a modified, essentially, assault rifle when he's a soldier. So probably a medium crossbow for the faster reload.
Yeah. It would be a light crossbow. It's the... Well, the most basic kind of crossbow you can find.
Yeah.
Ideals. Laws and bonds, if I remember correctly. Let me grab a character sheet. Well, what do you know? The new character sheets. Oh, there they are. On the 3rd page. And personality traits. What would those be? What would they look like?
Personality traits. Well, you'd ask like a alignment. Like that's super easy. Well, what is Bane's personality?
What's your Bane's personality?
True, it doesn't have to be exactly to the book.
It's not the carbon copy.
Think Darwinism. So like only the strongest survive and the weak exist to serve them. Like he's definitely an evil character, without a doubt.
Eliticism?
Yeah. An elitist for sure.
He's got the schism, the eliticism. Alignment, Sith.
Yeah, probably either neutral evil or lawful evil. I mean, he does have like a code he follows, after all.
I feel like if there is no chance of him ever turning to the light side of the Force, he would be lawful evil. For example, Kylo Ren, who eventually turned to the light side, and Darth Vader, that when started from the light side, went to the dark side and back, would be more like a neutral evil. and then going to good. That's
I never thought about it like
general thought. It's elitism, not elitism. Okay. Word. Evil plus, because it might be lawful, neutral, or chaotic. I don't think Force users in Star Wars are generally chaotic anything.
I mean, my Star Wars TTRGB experience isn't phenomenal, but if you were going off of like the game, Star Wars: The Old Republic, there's a chaotic evil. I mean, it's just like pure evil, but they're definitely more the douchebag evil
Yeah,
rather
I
than
see.
anything
I
else.
see. Yeah. So, not a chaotic evil, I would say. Okay. What else for personality traits? Maybe those would be his ideals. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
that
his
makes more sense.
personality trait.
Uh, Pragmatic.
Is he kind? Despite being opposed to something, is he still showing respect towards it? Is he following the status quo? Let's say, like some maybe like Count Dooku.
Uh, no. At least he might start out that way, but he does not end up that way.
Hmm.
Like he's definitely not a preserving the status quo kind of guy.
Would that make him a headstrong character?
Oh, definitely. He is quite stubborn. Very little is capable of changing his mind.
Any laws? Might
Pride.
be prideful.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's ultimately what led to his defeat after all. He didn't believe his apprentice was capable of beating him, and that's ultimately how he died.
Hmm. He got skill issued.
Yep.
Interesting. So do you have a name for your character except Darth Bane?
Because you're not ultimately starting as Bane, you become Bane. Mm,
You start off as an inconvenience and then you become the bane of someone. Darth Inconvenience.
What's his original name?
He's in a mining world. He might not even have a name. He might have a serial number.
He was kind of like an indentured slave, so that would track.
Yeah.
But he does have a name before he was Bane. I just don't remember what it is.
You can come up with one. It's your character
Yeah.
after all.
Um.
Maybe something that sounds like Bane or is a what well, Sith names are, you know, pretty self-explanatory. They are alterations of already existing words, like Darth Vader being sounds and is written like Dark Father. Um, Sidious, of course, Insidious. Plagueus is like the plague, I guess, because he was sick.
I mean, Bane's name is originally because his adopted father called him the bane of his existence. So I know that's how he got his name. Yeah. Real loving family situation there. His actual name was Dessel, though. So Dessel. I think that works.
Dessel. Okay. Dessel. It's a good looking name. Parenthesis. He could have the nickname Bane.
Yeah.
In your version, at least. Okay. Any other flaws he might have? He might be spiteful, hateful.
Uh, I mean,
Greedy.
nah, he's not really greedy. Immoral, maybe.
That's not a flaw necessarily.
Yeah. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Moral by whose standards?
I guess it would be by the Jedi's or modern society's standards.
Yeah.
Or civilized society standards.
Has this ever been a drawback for him in his life? Has he ever,
Suffered because of that?
yeah, in that sense?
No, I guess not. It's kind of aided him in a way. A lack of attachments helps being a Sith. Means you have fewer weaknesses.
Yeah, he's also independent. So you see, we were looking at his flaws and we came up with another of his personality traits. That's why character creation is important after all. Because it helps bring characters to life.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely things you don't think about. Like, to us, this would be a flaw. But for him, it's almost a benefit with the life he leads.
Yeah. The Jedi also tend to be more independent. They don't even allow many attachments. So it is generally seen as a very important thing in the Star Wars universe, the Star Wars narrative in general. Seen as dependencies to people or places or whatever it might be, or even to material possessions as temptations, as weakness, as unnecessary, let's say, for both sides of the Force.
I mean, the Sith will have attachments, so to speak, but it's always in a I have this person because there's a way I can use them for my own benefit. A complete lack of attachment is more of a Jedi thing than a Sith thing.
True.
But, I mean, it is partially true. He doesn't really love anybody other than himself.
Yes, Sith sometimes gain their power from individuals, like Darth Vader was sort of fueled by his love and by, well, not his hate. Can I say this? His power came from loss, from losing people he loved.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say Darth Vader is an independent character.
Yeah.
He's an independent personality. So that's a difference between this character and Darth Vader. No detail, but that's what two different characters look like, even if they are both Sith, say. Sith Lords. Sith Lords as if there are Sith peasants.
Or worse, in Bane's eyes, equals.
Yeah. If you called him a Sith, just a bland Sith, he would get angry. I'm a Sith Lord. Address me
Not
by
even.
my title. Yeah.
He's a Darth. He was very adamant about that. He's killed multiple people because of that.
Yeah. Captain Jack Sparrow. For joking. Any bonds that this character has?
I guess you could say oh, we're going off of the soldier side, aren't we?
Comrade.
His squad. Yeah. I mean, it's a very loose idea of a bond for him, but he did kind of train them from the ground up and led them. So yeah, there's a bit of a bond there. He felt a bit of loss when he was removed from that squad to be trained on Korriban, but probably not much. It's hard to think the mind of a completely evil character.
Yeah. Evil and good are very subjective. Much like morality is. So if, let's say, he's feeling this loss, he's having these negative emotions because he lost his comrades. He was moved out of the squad or whatever it might have been. It's not evil or good to feel that way, to feel sad. But if he went back when he had the power and punished, killed, or whatever it might have been, to the individuals responsible for removing him from the squad, then that would make him good? Would that make him evil? If he was removed for not so wholesome reasons, or specifically because he was doing too well and a commander, his superior, did not want him to take his place, and that's why he removed him, would that be a justified revenge?
I mean, that is basically his soldier story. He was a bit too good. His commander was jealous, and then his commander was given orders for basically a suicide attack.
Yeah.
Bane took offense to that, knocked him out, led the attack himself. You can kind of guess what happened from there. Did not go over well.
He is vengeful.
Oh, yes, 100%.
For me personally, that would be a flaw, but it could be a general personality trait. Where would you put it?
Could be both. I mean,
both.
When he was a soldier, I could definitely see him going out of his way to get revenge on someone and that causing problems.
Is he attached to any planets, any ships, any items, any material possessions? Any other individuals, perhaps? Who was his master? Who was his protege? His apprentice?
I'll say he largely trained himself in the Sith Academy. He did have a master that taught him lightsaber combat, but the mysteries of the Force, he mostly just read the books in the libraries.
Mm-hmm.
But he then turned around and killed his master, so probably not the best example. He does have an apprentice, the same one who ultimately killed him.
Okay.
But he also tried to kill her at least one other time.
Typical Sith, I would say. No surprise there.
Oh, 100%. And he is the most famous Sith for his the rule of two philosophy. You know, one master, one apprentice. I guess that's kind of the difficulty with choosing a character like this. Because it's like, how do you take a character who has done so much and create a level 1 PC? You just kind of gotta start at the beginning.
This schematic is for a level 1 character, low stats relatively, only a few details. Being vengeful and believing in Darwinism and being prideful does not make you level 15 or 16 or rank 7 in any other system.
That's true.
But if I was going to, I don't know, add in like he has such and such legendary pistol in his back pocket, then that would, be a bit off for a level 1 character. Okay. No other bonds, I think. Or
No.
Dessel. Does he start off as Dessel or does he start off as Bane?
He starts off as Dessel. I mean, it has been a long time since I've read the book, but it starts on the mining planet when he's a child.
So, Dessel. We're going with a fantasy setting here. In a mine. What is he mining? Is it gold? Is it mithril? I don't know. Is it jewels? Is it gems?
Honestly, it could be mithril or what are the? Yeah, probably mithril. A very rare, very strong mineral would probably be the best pick.
Okay. Early life. Downfall.
His early life downfall would have been fighting, gambling and fighting. He gets in a lot of trouble thanks to both.
He's a mithril miner. I assume his parents are dead.
Yeah, so I did get part of that wrong earlier. It is actually his bio father that he lives with, but yes, his mother is dead.
Dead mother. Any other significant details about mining mithril?
Not that I can think of. It's a challenging job because of the nature of the metal, I would assume.
The metal being exceptionally hard might make it even easier to separate it from dirt. I'm not a miner. I don't know. I just assume.
Not sure either. I'm just kind of guessing here. I mean, it could be difficult to break apart into, manageable, movable chunks because of its durability. Yeah. I'm just kind of guessing.
It would be hard to work with, but it might be easier to mine or extract. Anyway, insignificant detail does not add much to our character's backstory or future story, for that matter.
Yeah, really, it's just there.
Any important individuals down in the mine shaft? Any events?
A couple notable fights, mostly over production and his success at gambling. He is quite good at that. Gambling. Which he does later find out is thanks to his powers.
Okay, so his powers start from this stage even.
Mm-hmm. He actually he doesn't know it's the Force, obviously, but he realizes he has some sort of sense when things are going to happen at a fairly, I'd say around his teenage years.
That's a question for further down the line, really, but is it that he's an Eldritch Knight as a fighter in the D&D system, of course, or is it that he's got a level in Sorcerer or Warlock? What would it be? What would be a more accurate representation of how he uses his powers?
How he uses his powers. He definitely not Warlock. Well, yeah, no. He's not a sorcerer. Not really. So not a warlock. An argument could be made for, born with magic. Can use magic, but I'd say more Eldritch Knight. Going for the whole frontline fighter, in your face kind of thing.
I see, yeah. Paladin crossed my mind for a second, but it's not great representation. The abilities might, be similar in some cases, depending on subclass and spells chosen. But the essence of Paladin in D&D, I don't think fits the Force user of Star Wars very much.
No, not really. I mean, I thought about Monk. Maybe just, him multi-classing into Monk.
That's a bit closer, yes.
Yeah. It definitely gets some of the abilities that a Monk would have, like catching projectiles and stuff
True.
like that.
Depends
But,
on the
yep.
on the class, on the subclass.
Yeah.
So a monk could work, true. That didn't even cross my mind. In the Warhammer rule set, it would be a psyker using telepathy. Well, both telepathy and telekinesis powers.
hmm
Mm, yeah. So yeah, a monk would actually fit in many cases. Interesting. Um, I will put it here. Monk fighting, yes.
hmm
What is the fighting being done over?
Uh,
The gambling thing. So
the gap is a big one.
money, resources.
Yes. Definitely money.
Yeah. Money specifically, not just general resources.
Yeah, no. Definitely money.
Okay.
Because, I mean, in the setting, he owes a debt to a company, and that's why he's a minor. That's why his
Yeah.
parents were minors.
Okay. About his later years. That would be the time when he was conscripted, when he was how did it happen? Was he levied?
So, funnily enough, it's because of his gambling and fighting. So, he decides, I'm trying to remember why, but he ends up taking a day off of work and going and spending the day in a gambling den. And he does exceptionally well. And that day, some Republic troopers were there to help escort a shipment from that planet to whatever front line they were fighting on. And they were also gambling, and they were continuously losing to him, which sparked a major fight, major bar fight,
Okay.
which ultimately led to him killing them later in the day. And that's why he had to run, and that's why he ended up joining the Sith Empire.
How would that translate to your character's story?
You could say it was a military mine
Mm-hmm.
by whatever prominent military there is in this campaign. He got into some of the guards while they were gambling during the evening shift. It escalated. He ended up killing people. He had to run away, and he ended up getting picked up by, I guess, recruiters or scouts for an opposing military.
Hmm. So escaping gambling-related crimes.
Murder.
Murder. Crime-related murder. Joins. How would that be described? As an underworld organization? Paralegal organization? Any legal organization?
I mean, you could, or it could just be, an opposing military, whichever would be easier to write.
I don't know.
This would really be whatever best fits the setting. So, like, if your setting has a large scale war going on, he killed one side's officers and had to
Yeah.
flee, join the other side, or if there's rebels, he killed some military officers and had to join the rebels. And so it's a per campaign kind of decision.
Opposing faction, I guess.
Yeah.
Joins faction opposed to his regional lords. And what happens then? Is he taken in easily? Does he have to fight his way into this faction to rise up in the ranks, let's say? Does he have to follow orders?
Oh, of course. I mean,
What
he's
is
just a
it?
basic soldier. And he plays the good little soldier, does his job very well.
Mm-hmm.
Listens to orders, successfully carries out missions. You can think of his squad as like spec ops.
Okay.
That's essentially the kind of stuff they did.
So his background as a soldier is solely part of this faction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are getting a lot closer to where he starts off in the game as a playable character, let's say.
Yeah.
Good. So does he rise up the ranks being competent soldier, I guess?
Yes and no. He rises up in the ranks, but he never really rises up beyond like a squad leader. He has a lot
Okay.
of pull within his unit because of his skill and experience, but he doesn't gain a lot of actual
I
rank.
see, I see. So rising up in rank is nothing to busy ourselves with here.
No.
Um, so this is where the bond with his comrades is created.
Hmm.
With comrades in arms. Does he make any enemies in this faction? Well, his superiors, I guess. Is it just one superior, or is it the his superiors in general?
I'd say it's just the one superior. I mean, they don't start as enemies, they start as, I guess, just acquaintances. It's not until the suicide attack order is given that they kind of become enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, for the character, for especially for a level 1 PC, you could kind of stop there because that's where things going any further is where things get complicated.
Okay, yeah, I see. Of course, I agree. I agree.
So, I mean, I don't think a level 1 fighter is going to be basically one man leading an assault on a fortress.
True. True. Yeah. So I said we go to session 0 here. What
Yep.
would happen then? What does it look like? What would his session 0 be?
Well, I'd say specifically for him, it would be finding out what sort of world your DM has created. So this is what I would finalize parts of the backstory, like where was the mine? What what military or organization did he join? How how did he come in contact with the party? Were they all is the party his comrades in the military, or did something else happen and he met them up there? Like, how does he get involved in the main story?
All right. So of course, its session 0 is campaign dependent. And it would make sense to, well, that's what session zeros are for, so that each character can be adjusted for the campaign for the other character, the other players, so that there is some time, a safe zone for both the DM and the players to get acquainted with one another.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be real. You probably don't want this character in most campaigns. Like, this is like a specifically an evil campaign kind of character.
Yeah. True. So, the session 0 would include this very important detail. So alignment check, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
That's one thing. So, what would you like this character to be part of? In what kind of game would you use Dessel in?
Yeah, so definitely an evil campaign. It would be difficult to shoehorn such a, well, evil character into anything else.
Okay.
It's kind of, yeah, you don't really have a choice. It's just kind of the nature of the character.
It makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more organic to use an evil character in an evil campaign.
Yeah.
You're not saving Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate with this character, no?
Probably not. In fact, you might actually be the person behind its destruction.
Yeah, trying to enslave the dragon beneath Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you want to play this character in a high level campaign and not just a level 1 fighter?
Oh, definitely. I
Okay.
mean,
Level.
I'm not really 100% sure about the build, but
Yeah.
a high level opens up a lot of options for role playing the rest of his story.
Yeah. So in this case, this character will have a very different path to becoming a Sith than the original character you based him on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially considering this is a fantasy campaign, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So the Sith will obviously not exist, so you have to find some other way for him to come in contact with magic or a magical artifact, just something that would grant him power or give him a motivation to pursue power.
Do you see this? Do you see his progression coming to be because of some corruption, or is it some development that is innate and it's not something that corrupts him from outside? Let's say.
It's more just going to be building upon one of the personality traits that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
His Darwinism. So he just kind of sees anyone as weaker than himself as incompetent and should be serving him. So that's kind of what will lead to his future actions. Like maybe he disagrees with whatever organization or army he was in because he thinks they're incompetent and he thinks he should be in charge.
So he's going after power. Is he going after? He's a power hungry character.
Oh, 100%.
So it's going to have a fight for power in this campaign. That's what he's going after.
Mm-hmm. I mean, his personal quest would be taking over whatever organization he's a part of.
Mm-hmm. So is it a fight for power or is it a fight for domination?
A little bit of both.
Okay. It's another useful detail. Is he looking to recreate the squad the comrades he lost, or has he left that part completely to the past?
He leaves that to the past.
Okay.
He believes that he has grown beyond them.
Okay. Mm. Anything in this character's future that you might uh, well, want to see, something that you expect to see in his future through the game?
Something that I would expect to see. Um, I mean, really just fulfilling his character ambition. That would be his main goal outside of the main quest.
Mhm.
And if it means that he absolutely has to assist his companions in order to do so, he will do it reluctantly.
I see. I think that goes for every character pretty much. So there is nothing to write here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not an original concept, but you know what? It works.
Yeah. What is at this point?
Yeah, that's true.
Would this character look to create a fortress, a bastion he would use? He would be the lord over, or would he be more likely to travel around the world?
Eventually, he'll create like a castle or a stronghold that he'll kind of lord over, but he'll start as just a roaming character.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's no need for him to settle down at the beginning. That's when he's consolidating power.
So he's not really an explorer character. He's not going around exploring things.
He might. I mean, he does some exploration looking for hidden artifacts.
What else could we add here?
For Session Zero details.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got motivations, expected leveling, setting, general world details. I feel like that kind of
Yeah.
gets everything in Session
Yeah.
Zero.
Um.
I mean, obviously, there's the whole, meeting the whole party and
Yeah.
seeing how everyone interacts before you create or integrate your characters into the campaign.
True. True. One more detail we could add here is what kind of spells or abilities this character would be using. For example, you might refrain from using any ice spells, any fire spells, and you might only go for telepathy and telekinesis spells, for example.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. He's a very selfish character,
Hmm.
so he's not going to be doing much party buffing. How
Yeah.
about that?
Is he likely to debuff the enemy? So using, well, the spell Bane, I guess. If that, well, it's a cleric spell.
Yeah,
Might
it's a
not have
cleric.
access to that. Uh,
I mean, if he has the potential to debuff an enemy, he'll probably use it. While not like something like Bane, maybe Hold Person.
hmm, okay.
Actually, yeah, that's a perfect like Sith Force
Yeah,
kind of
it
spell.
is. It is. All right. Hmm. Well, you can say Sith related abilities, and I think that's gonna be it for Dessel. That's good enough. And now let's go to Hero Fort for our model. I hope you can see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see Hero Forge.
Good.
I've used it a few times. Nothing too serious though.
Okay. Well, first of all, he's bald. Or is he? I don't know. You might want your version of the character to have a bit of hair on his head.
We'll go with bald. Let's keep it easy. Not lacking on official artwork here. I'd say like thick, dark eyebrows. Just kind of how I imagine him. Thick, dark eyebrows, a very serious, almost blocky face.
Like that.
Yeah.
Or more circular, more round ones.
The round ones do look more natural.
Yeah. Notched hammer brow. Okay. That's just offensive. Um, Nothing of this sort, I assume.
His face would be almost completely hairless outside of just his eyebrows.
Regular human eyes, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, over the game period, his eyes would probably change a bit, but for the most part, regular human features. Very
It's
much like that
this
bodybuilder
has to
kind of face.
do more with
Oh,
the color of the eyes, not the shape.
yeah.
Well, I'm not good with faces.
Yeah, I'm not great with faces either. I'd say the only thing that I'd really change is probably his jawline.
Pleasant, steady features. Long, thin features. No.
How to do that nice, it's like square bodybuilder kind of jawline.
Half hill giant features. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I normally just go with the presets too. Like, this has never been a part of character creation I've been great at. Ooh, that works. I like that chin.
The previous one.
Yeah,
See, we're getting
yeah, it
there.
definitely works.
If I change this, the other selection change as well. Okay, it stays. Like this.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Lion nose. Too cute. Just messing around. Does he have normal human teeth?
Nothing fancy there.
All right. Any horns? Any other protrusions?
Nope, honestly, nothing about this character would appear unhuman. Like, he's just almost your generic human fighter, come to think of it.
What kind of proportions would you want him to have? Default hero force,
I'd say
muscular.
tall and muscular. Yeah, that works.
That looks pretty good. Yeah. For this, we have to go like this. Muscular like this, or like that.
Um, yeah, we'll do that one.
I think this, but ooh, what about his nails?
Just regular nails. Probably cut short. Outfits is also pretty easy. He's probably just wearing like a generic soldier outfit, so maybe like chainmail, leather pants, maybe a tabard. I didn't realize until just a few minutes ago that I just created a generic human fighter.
I mean, if he looks like that, but generic human fighter from generic human fighter differs still. Like to
Hey, I mean, it's a classic for a reason.
yeah. What's his skin color?
Pale.
What color are his eyebrows?
Probably dark. Probably either a dark brown or a black. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could color them in on Hero Forge too.
Yeah. Have you seen anything that caught your eye?
Probably one of the darker themes. So maybe like that one you either have right now. Yeah.
Let's go with this for now, I guess. Not so much.
Yeah, that one's more Badlands Rogue. Ooh, very cultist.
Electric Defender. Historical chainmail alternative. I don't know. What looks more like your character from out of all of these?
Uh, ooh, I like that one.
Which one?
It's a bit, yeah, that one you've got right now. It looks a bit overdressed for a level 1 character, but I mean, that's about the suit armor I would imagine he's wearing. I'm just thinking level 1, he's probably only got like basic chainmail at this point. He probably doesn't have anything special.
Goofy ass shoulder pads. Nothing that would work for a medieval setting.
Yeah, not really.
Is your character Korean? Maybe not.
Nah.
Would he be wearing anything more similar to this? Chainmail and coat over it?
Yeah. Like a cloak or actually no, a cloak would work.
Tabard.
Ooh, that one. Yeah. Kate billowing in the wind. Perfect.
Over the top shoulder pads?
Oh yeah, maybe a little less, but yeah, definitely.
All these options are a bit too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that works.
Let's ask for Sith. These are unnecessary. Ah, these ones look relatively good, to my eyes at least.
Oh yeah, they just very Warhammer fantasy
Yeah, true.
trends over here.
You know, it's your character. Which ones do you want?
We'll just do simple. Make it easy. Yeah. I'm not expecting him to be wearing much. He's just level 1. Yeah, he's maybe got some chainmail, the cloak, some simple pauldrons like a leather cap.
Maybe a hood. This looks
Yeah,
good.
maybe he doesn't even have a helmet yet. Yeah, it works.
Which hood?
Um, Probably the one right next to that. So, yep, that one.
Size soldier headwear. How many hoods does this thing have? What is this?
I mean, you got to give it to him. There's a ton of options.
Damn. Okay. I think we're good. Yes.
Yeah, I think the next big thing for him would be his starter weapon.
Gear and monster can. What is he wielding?
We'll just go with the generic fighter starter. So, just a two-handed longsword. Yeah, just like that. Unless there's a less fancy longsword we can find.
There are, yeah.
Oh, I like that one. Very. Ooh.
There's a lot of options.
If you go up a few, yeah, that one that works.
Mm-hmm. Anything to his side, anything on his back except the cloak, any rings on his fingers, any
No,
earrings.
no piercings or anything. Uh, we could do some minor facial tattoos, but they're pretty minimal.
We can color these, of course.
Yeah. Looking for something that's going to look about like a diamond around his eye, with the top part of the triangle kind of intersecting with his eyebrow. Yeah, a bit like that, just without the chin part.
Yeah, this can be easily removed. That.
Yep. And then we
Okay.
just make those black. Yep. I'd say that works.
Mm, any black in his any black shadow in his eyes, I guess. Don't wear
Hmm.
makeup.
Yeah.
Don't know how to describe this.
I guess eyeshadow?
Eyeshadow,
No,
yeah.
eyeliner.
That is eyeliner, yes. About eyeshadow. Anything of the sort? Is it even? Would I? Should I
I mean,
even bother to look it up?
I mean, if we can find like an eyeshadow, that would be great, but it's not necessary. Kind of that, but just
Ooh,
more focused on the eyes. Ooh, yeah, that works.
like that.
Honestly, either work. They're both pretty good. Just sticking with that same black theme.
Ooh, I think this one looks a bit better. If I could enlarge this, maybe. I mean, it might have worked if I spent like an hour on its eye to put a diamond there that's bigger than this preset one.
Yeah, I think this works though. Don't want to put
I,
that much time into
I
it.
can send you the draft and you can finish it however you want. Yeah, it looks pretty cool still. Anything else that you might want the color changed of?
Um,
Now that we are at it.
no, I mean, I think that's about everything.
Mm.
I mean, we could change the hood color to match the cape. Like it's just one part or
Mhm.
one piece. Yeah.
Okay. Different color metal for the armor.
I mean, I normally just do like steel colors when I do this sort of thing.
That.
Yeah, that works. As a level 1 fighter, probably not.
Yeah.
Later, yeah.
But he wouldn't be looking like this on his high level state, would he?
Not quite. And we can always give him the standard adventurer's backpack. Or yeah, something like that. A pouch.
For a ranged weapon. Oh, his crossbow.
Yep. Do they have they do have crossbows.
They have everything. They have 15 different hoods. They're missing crossbow, you think? This looks like it. A recurve. Well, this is a modern crossbow.
Yeah, the
Can't
recurve is a little
recall.
too much. That's a magical item.
Yeah.
Oh, we can just go with the basic. Nice
Yeah.
level 1 crossbow.
This looks good, yeah. What do you think about this? Do you want it red?
The interior?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe red or maybe even a dark purple.
Like this?
Yeah.
It's where he keeps his sword cleaning kit.
Perfect.
Anything else? Any files? Any on him? Any rope or anything? Chakram. Futuristic hoop.
I mean, if we're going basic adventuring gear, he'd probably have a rope and a grappling hook. That's probably about it. I don't, I don't think he starts with any like potions. Not at level 1.
A water
Yeah,
skin.
yeah.
It doesn't really add anything to the design, I'd say. If it's just gonna be a regular water skin with water in it. If, for example, one of his personality traits was that he's alcoholic, might be of value to add it on his model, but otherwise, no reason to. Even the pouch
Yeah.
is, you know, sticking out a bit. In my eyes, at least. This looks a lot cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Like this with the sword reversed. This.
That almost looks a little too paladin-y.
Yeah.
Maybe, is there a pose with them like standing on top of a defeated enemy?
Mm, not by default. This is the closest thing to a preset stepping on something.
I like the pose. Maybe that rock and lava one to the right. Yeah, that one. That's pretty cool.
You could make another whole character and have them stand, like, lay down. Your character step on
Oh,
them.
import a character extra.
What do you mean? I have to do it on a regular base, I guess. What do you want the orientation to be? That.
Just looking forward.
Like that. He's looking like you're next.
Hmm.
Oh, the eyes. We forgot. What kind of eyes does he got?
We can just give him blue or green human eyes.
Regular, I guess. Let's go with green. It matches his color scheme better, I think.
Yeah. I always give my characters green eyes.
Because they're awesome. That's even finer detail than anything else we've been through, really. The background. Ooh. I'll be sharing this with you. Where would this character be found? And for this, we'll do a quick take on map creation on tabletops.
Where would he be found? Old habits die hard. Probably a gambling den.
Gambling Den is loading. Well, I have another map in mind that looks a little bit more like a gambling den, but it's not made for a fantasy setting. It's made for a Warhammer setting. So some details might be off. Let's have a look at both, though. Of course, a character would have their own area, their own space. But this will give us a general idea of what that would look like. This is a regular tavern, of course, a regular inn.
Mm-hmm. And he'd probably be sitting at one of those circular tables playing cards and cheating. Because of course he
Using
does.
the Force.
Yes.
If he is not doing it on purpose, then is it cheating? before he could master his abilities anyway.
Depends on who you ask. I guess it depends on whether or not you lose money.
Yeah. And then he would spend his winnings on this luxurious suite here with some sake, something to put his belongings in, chair. Every hotel room has to have a chair.
Of course. It wouldn't be the same without it.
This has space, a little bed for pets. These are regular old rooms. This is the cheapest one. Just a plank. Another one. And the single bed. Now, would he go for a luxurious room like this? Or is he more likely to end up in a room for one without many conveniences and luxuries?
I'd say especially early in the story, very Spartan living space. So I'd say this one works best.
Yeah.
Got a bed, might have a dresser, might have a chair.
Makes sense to me too, yeah. And, well, that, I would say, pretty much concludes our character. Wait. Stream isn't catching tabletop simulator at all. Why is it?
Are you able to pull that STL from Hero Forge and put it into tabletop?
I should be able to, yes.
Wow. You have to pay for it though.
I do have credits I can use. Custom asset bundle. There we go. This is it.
That's so cool.
So, Dessel would be in a tavern like this, having just killed a bunch of guards, be outwitted in a game of chance. In a smoke-filled room full of laughter and murmuring, whispering, full of whispers, full of secrets. And then he would spend his night in one of the simpler rooms, just with the bare minimum furniture, covering his necessities, his needs. And he would wake up and go on fantastic, glorious adventures, becoming a Sith Lord and murdering innocents, millions of them, billions of them. Or maybe not. There is only one way to know. The only way to know is to play the game, actually. And I say that's it for character creation. From concept to table. It was a pretty fun experience, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely not something I've ever done to this extent before. Normally, I kind of just wing it.
Hmm. Of course, any character can be worked on uh, in less detail or even more detail. Dessel takes his beaten opponent wherever he goes.
A constant reminder.
Until a necromancer revives him. You have to fight him again. Damn it. The necromancer's lair. And that pretty much sums up the character creation